Hello! Welcome to the final chapter. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you should go back and watch the other episodes of Dichotomy. There are 3 of them. They're all really, really great. And I don't know that anything that's about to happen here is gonna make sense unless you see them. If you do know what we're talking about, welcome. This is Dichotomy. This is a Twice Rolled Tales production. We're playing a homebrew version of Die RPG. I'm Linnie Schell. I will be the game master for this session. And all these lovely players are going to introduce themselves so you know who they are and are remembered.
I'm Phoebe, technical producer for Twice Rolled Tales, and I am playing the Godbinder Mira.
Hello, I am Jenn de la Vega. I play Vivian Lakewood on Fun City, and today I'm going to be Bantai, the Emotion Knight.
I'm Kenzie Tartaglione. I'm the creative director for another podcast called Queer PG, and I am playing Max Stryan, the Neo.
I'm Meredith. I still don't have any credentials. And I'm playing Alara, the princess.
Alright, awesome. So, when we left the story, several things were happening all at once. Mira coming face to face with her creator, a god, perhaps. We shall find out.
What is a god? You know?
I don't know. We're going to
Have
find out.
Have you thought about it?
Let's really get in the weeds with it.
And while Mira is away in some sort of halfway point between the two realms, a knock on the door, and an electricity-wreathed, reanimated body of David strolls in through the door, really. And in the distance, there's silence. He's got electricity. He's all a little fucked up. Look at him.
Oh, wow.
Looks like Nightwing from here.
yeah, he does look like Nightwing from here.
There were limitations. So he walks in, just wreathed in electricity, and sort of walks in, but you can tell that the electricity is still electrifying his muscles. That's why he's able to walk, but it still lends a sort of like jerky movement to his stride. And you can still see around his throat the smears of paint from Max's hands in a perfect semicircle around his throat. Do not forget.
I painted my fingers.
John?
Oh.
I thought you were dead.
Hi, little sister. How's it going? Max, nice to see you again. Hi, third person.
Bantai moves to kind of protect Mira, who is incapacitated right now.
Max
just
had
like
reached.
eyes glazed over, just
Yeah.
Max had reached to their pocket and then realized that they didn't have the phone on them anymore, and kind of just puts up their painted hands in like a gesture of like, or a stance like of fighting, but they've never fought like hand-to-hand combat before.
John's face turns to lock onto you and says, Max, putting up a fight already? It's very convenient because I think I have been killed twice today. Not once, very rude, but twice. And I think someone deserves to die for that.
You said that the last time and I hadn't killed you yet.
John, what are you doing here? What is this?
Well, you see, baby sister, I thought, well, I've already killed 2 royals. Might as well go for the hat trick. And he's gonna shoot off a bolt of electricity at Alara.
I step in front.
Great. Your guard is 0, right?
My guard? No, my guard is 3.
Do you have a?
It said it resets at the start of each fight.
Yeah, not your guard. Your
Defense.
Oh, defense? Yes,
yeah.
my defense is 0. Yes.
Everyone's defense is 0.
Yeah. It's...
Yep, deals 1 hit of guard.
Okay.
Yeah, and your shirt kind of starts to smoke a little bit as electricity like arcs off of you.
I'm furious. What happens? Do you like fall or?
No, I think like my muscles all clench as I'm hit with electricity. But I kind of like, as it runs through and I kind of just like get right back into being really focused on John.
John in David's body.
I think.
Ooh, well, if one didn't do the trick, always try for another. And you can hear the generators behind, like the fridge and stuff that things are run off, start to hum more powerfully.
I briefly do like a look. Are there any devices around here in this place that look like phones or look like they would run on electricity?
I think there's a toaster.
Cool.
There's definitely you've definitely got like basic kitchen appliances. I think anything else, give me like a wisdom to look.
No,
for
I'm
stuff.
okay with the toaster.
God, okay.
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna use it as a shield since I don't exactly know how it works, and I'm hoping that it will conduct and like store the electricity as if I'm collecting fair gold. Sort of vibe is kind of what I'm going for.
Okay, gotcha. I think you would need to wait for another bolt of electricity to come for you. Alara and or Bantai. Is there anything you want to do?
Well, I'm okay.
What are you doing here? Why are you trying to do this?
See, I was happy to just let you to leave and go on and make my own. I was going to become a god here. That was the plan. The plan was great. And then someone murdered me in cold blood, and then, it's fine. You wake up in a morgue, in a metal box, and then someone murdered me again, and I kind of exploded. But I got better! And then I thought, well, I should go get my life back, and apparently that means one of you has to die!
What happened? You never were like this before. Where is this coming from?
Was I never like this, or you, my dear sister, just weren't looking closely enough?
That's not fair. That's not fair. We were all really affected after Jasper died. How was I supposed to know how you were reacting, and suddenly you want to be a god?
I think this has anything to do with Jasper?
It sure sounds like it might.
Jasper died a year ago. Do you think any of this happened before then? Jasper was a footnote in a long and glorious reign that I have carefully set up every single domino piece.
And I was just part of your plan?
Well, I don't think you were part of a plan. You just got in the way. You and your brother, just all you had to do was sit there and be the most beautiful voice of the city. He, your silent guardian, the two twin voices. Instead, you had to get nosy. You couldn't just be comfortable. You couldn't leave well enough alone. You think we have ruled for 100 years in that city because we were nice people? Because we liked things to go well for the people in town? No, it's because we knew how to hold on to power and get rid of the people who were in our way. Well, I'm sorry, my dear sister, but today that just also is you.
And what about Ambrose?
Ambrose is doing his duty. He is absolutely where he should be. Out in the front lines, leading the charge against the evil of the Dragon Empire.
The Dragon Empire that you are helping.
Well, small details, really. Among family.
So the end game is that you are in charge of all of us?
But I always was. You just have woken up a bit.
You're disgusting.
Well, I'll feel less bad about killing you then. And I think if you're not gonna attack, I think he's gonna shoot off another bolt of electricity. I think he's gonna try to hit Alara, and if you're gonna get in the way, I think you could still pretty easily do that.
She's really trying not to use her power on her brother, but is there a way I can try to dodge it, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me a dexterity.
Okay.
And I will try to get the toaster in the way of the electricity.
So good.
I have 1-4.
Okay, well.
Not looking good for me.
Well, I just rolled, and I rolled a 6 and 2 nat 1s on a 1 difficulty, which means that is a critical fail.
Incredible.
So you can see he grounds himself, and the refrigerator behind him explodes, and it sends a bolt of lightning sort of through him and then directly at the toaster, charging it up. Because you're holding it, you have neophied it somehow. If you give this toaster to anyone else, it might kill them, but you now have some electricity.
I think the also like the electricity is sparking off the paint on the fingers too, like highlighting that.
Hell yeah.
And I look at John and I say, the reason that Fair Gold works, and I've said this to you the last time we talked, John, was that it is not an infinite resource. It has limits. And everything has to have a limit, or otherwise it becomes unstable. You don't know how to use this, that's quite clear.
I think when you say unstable, John looks down at his body, which is kind of held together via electricity. He goes, sometimes, if you want to make an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs.
I don't know if that metaphor works here.
He's doubling down on it.
Yeah.
Does Bantai have anything that she wants to do? And how are you feeling on your excitement and general watch? Because it feels like you might have bumped up a spoke. Are you so focused on protecting Mira that you're not engaged in the fight as much?
Yeah, I think I'm focused on protecting Mira, but I did not anticipate this. So if I did, I would be bumped up another level.
Gotcha.
But this was a surprise to Bantai.
Got it. Is the and as you're sitting there, you're holding your pen, and you whisper, yeah, the guards are coming. They're coming. And you can hear the sound of the sirens going louder.
And Bantai looks through the curtains. Oh, the blue ones.
You can hear the sound of a couple of police cars getting out. Okay. You hear the click of doors. And I think back to you, Max. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to channel the electricity into my body, and I want to blink behind him and get him in a chokehold.
Okay.
If possible. I'm not gonna try to do anything yet.
Just want to hold on to him.
Yeah, I just want to hold on to him.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So give me you can channel the. So you just have that power, right?
I have the telefrag power that I can use if I expend Fair Gold, which is why I want to charge myself with the electricity.
Do you still have the toaster?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh, you're holding that up against
breathe. I'm I'm using the toaster to charge myself so that I can teleport and get him in a headlock.
Awesome. And then I think when you overcharge, you should roll your D8. D10, yes. Okay.
No.
That is a 1, not a 7. Yes.
Oh.
No. It's good.
Oh, okay.
Because when you charge, you roll your D10. Odds are good. Evens, it works, but just a little less good.
Gotcha.
It's a binary
Okay.
system.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Neo dies. Very different. I didn't
Boolean
realize.
math, guys.
Alrighty, so I've done that, and I look at Alara and I say, I won't do anything to him again if you don't want me to.
Can you handle the blue people?
The what people?
Ezra Smith. This is the Pleasant Acres Police Force. Ezra Smith, we have the place surrounded. We need you to come out with your hands up. We don't want to make this a scene.
Can you handle the blue people? If you can handle the blue people, then I can handle him.
I can give it a shot. I was not around the police the last time.
Yeah, you have no idea.
No idea.
No
what's
idea.
going
So
on.
true. I forgot about that.
I've got him in a headlock, and when you say that, I let go and I try to shove him a little bit towards you, and then I walk out the door with my hands up.
As you walk out the door and you prepare your voice, let's briefly flash back to Mira, eyes in the back of her skull, away in between the realms. So you, as your vision narrows, you see a mirror of fire before you, and Mary Beth's face reflected back at you. This hasn't happened before. Hello.
That's you?
Should we touch this? It's kind of on fire.
Does it feel hot?
No.
You're Mary Beth.
Yes.
I'm Mira.
Hi.
Right, I have, David. David is coming for all of you.
Yes, yes, we kind of... It's hard to miss the dragon, the terrifying dragon thing.
He's a dragon again?
Yes, he was a dragon, he exploded, and now
Yes.
he's parts of a dragon together. Also, yeah, it's...
Ooh, lovely. All right.
He,
Where is he now? Are you guys all together?
well, we're all together. We figured that the best thing to do was to go ask for help from the fire priest, since he is a dragon, and maybe there was something there. And then...
Mary Beth. You made me.
Well...
You made me?
So we figured that
and you made them. You should know better than anyone that they cannot be trusted.
It feels...
Mary Beth, if you all decide to come home, you will. That's all it takes. And then you'll be back here, and I'll be back there, and I'll still have my mission. It's a mission you gave me. Don't fuck it up for me.
Is there... When you say we can go home, what does that mean?
Means you'll be there and I'll be here. We'll all be where we belong. You don't want to be there, do you?
I mean, I don't know how much of my life you've seen, but I don't think anyone wants my life.
Wouldn't have thought mine was a thing to envy either.
Well, I mean, just things are happening to you. I mean, they're terrible things, but things are happening. You can... I mean, I've talked to gods. Really mean gods. But my god never talked to me once. Everyone says he loves me, but I don't really find absence to be the definition of love. Sometimes you'd rather have something that hurts you than something that does nothing.
It's really, really, really strange being in your world. There's no gods there. There's gods everywhere where I'm from. They show up, they ask you to do things, you owe them money. People where you're from are alone. No one's telling them what to do. It must be so freeing and also so terrifying.
I think this was just supposed to be something fun. So terrified when I woke up, but I realized that I did know things. I mean, I knew that we could go here, and then I knew we could. I mean, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I knew we could talk to someone.
What's your plan then? Serve the fire god? Serve Iros? Stay among the priests? Live my life?
I'm gonna serve Iros. I'm gonna do what I said. I'm gonna complete the. I'm gonna.
Mary Beth, you can't fight my fight.
Well, can I?
And I can't fight yours. But I think the whole reason you gave me mine was to believe that you could win yours.
I can't murder my husband. I can't burn down my house. Like, it's... Pretty prison is still a cage.
I'm not asking you to stay in it. I don't think you realize how incredibly powerful you are. You know how I got here?
Bad Wizard David?
No, here. where we are now. How I'm talking to you.
No. Did you?
I didn't reach out to Iros, I reached out to you. You have so much more power than he has ever had. My whole life I have spent around the holy and the pious. And since I was 7 years old, all of my prayers have been lies. Because I have never been able to find a single thing worth worship. Because I could not find a gift that was a gift enough to thank someone for until now. Because I see you. And I see the story you gave me, that you wrote for me.
It's a pretty good story.
Knowing your story is strange. It's almost a comfort to know you genuinely weren't created to suffer, but to win.
Yeah.
I can win here. If you believe that you can win there.
You promise? Okay. So if we go back.
All have to do is decide to come home before David gets to you.
Do we just stand in a circle?
I think there's some kind of vote.
Okay.
You all have to agree. You all have to agree, otherwise none of us will exist anymore.
Oh, none of us? Okay, so it's we either go home or we all die.
I mean, yes. There's technically a second option, but it seems risky to divulge it.
Okay, well, I believe that I can fight hard enough, and maybe, well, I don't want the rest of my friends to die, so I guess I'm gonna have to live.
We were able to touch across the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Can I hug her?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm kind of like, the magic that I'm using is already completely untested and definitely volatile. I want to, like, grab her, hold her as I kind of feel this whole world slipping away around us. Just say, he can only warp reality so many times. Keep fighting, and eventually they'll find him. There's something greater than him. And
as you say that, you kind of like fade into each other, and you're back, and you look up and you see this.
I got teary-eyed.
Phoebe, oh my god!
I got really teary-eyed there for a moment. Sorry, hold on. Okay, yeah. Are you back?
what's happening?
You see
Oh my god!
David/John is on the floor smoking. There's a smoking toaster. Alara's looking down at him, and Max is heading out. Bantai
Was protecting Mira.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you're back.
Yes. Mary Beth knows that they all need to vote.
Oh, so we get to go home.
Hopefully. Not really sure what they're all about to come back to once that vote goes through.
Sounds like I need to take care of this real quickly then.
Yeah, Max, you walk out the door, and you see a couple of police cars and an array of policemen. One's got a megaphone and says, "All right, Ezra Smith, yep, if you would step forward. Hands on your head, drop to your knees,
The door shuts behind me. You've got the wrong guy.
Lanky fellow, band t-shirt, paint on their fingers."
All right, well, physically you have the right guy.
Says, all right, cuff him.
And then I go, hold on. And I think I'm still, like, crackling a little bit. I said, you've got the wrong guy.
all the cops have their weapons drawn, pointed at you, and like the second you twitch, one of them is going to shoot at you.
I say, my name is not Ezra. My name is Max. And I write my own goddamn story. And then I start playing a game of Telefrog. And I just keep popping up throughout, and you just probably inside you probably just hear Max call out, "I dare you to catch me!"
Are you trying to attack anyone, or are you just teleporting?
No, I just teleporting so they can't shoot me or put me in handcuffs.
Banter's looking out the window. Did you know Max could do that?
One of the cops shoots one of the other cops trying to shoot at you.
Yo.
That's how you put a pig down.
And the others are just like kind of they're like wildly waving their guns around trying to shoot you. Can you give me just a tech roll with advantage for how well that's the rolling?
What's that song called where it's like
you said with
advantage, add an extra die.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh my god.
I have 1-6. I don't know if there's a
1-6. No, at this point
Okay.
it's whatever the difficulty it is.
Yeah, I just didn't know if there was a different.
It's 0 unless your sheet specifies it as a
no.
harder one. Okay, then it's 0. You notice as you're reaching for the power that it's much easier than it has been in the past. Like feels like something has broken in the world a little bit. And you're just yakety saxoning these cops.
Really, it's comedic.
That's the name.
That's
the name.
One.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Okie a
Ooh,
6 and a 4.
Yeah,
good.
you, as you're looking at the window, a bullet, like, whizzes past your head, breaking the glass, not hitting you.
Protect the princess. And I am going to go out the door while they are all distracted by the telefrogging? Was that how you
Yeah, that's the name of the. Oh, I guess the name is Telefrag, but I'm saying
This
it's
is
like
how-
leapfrog,
this is-
like
yeah.
Telefrogging.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
You're
pretty
playing
great.
Frogger with these motherfuckers.
Yes. And like I'm not just going between them. I'm going up in some weird place.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
amazing.
Phoebe,
Like I'm on top of the car once. I'm like on the side of the building once. I'm like being weird with it.
I moved to the front door to block it after Mira walks out, and I am looking at Ilara.
Okay.
Yep.
And he's on the ground.
On his hands and knees, just coughing.
Hello, dear brother.
Sister dearest?
I'm going to evoke my power. I think I roll the d4 and my charisma dice
Yes.
at the same time. Okay.
Oh no.
No, failure is always narratively good, too.
Oh, good lord.
Both times I've tried to use it, it's failed.
I'm standing directly.
That's also a
across.
rough fail.
Oh,
That's a
man.
rough fail.
Oh, that is...
That's really bad.
That's
That's
really
a
bad.
Rough, that's
Oh,
a rough
no.
fail. Okay.
It's a good thing Bantai's here.
Yes.
What do you mean good thing? It's not a good thing.
Do I get to try again at any point?
Yeah, you keep trying.
Okay.
Until you, yes,
Well, let's see
unless
what
you
happens
critically
first.
fail. Critical failing is bad, you break the person beyond recognition.
Got pretty close.
Yes, so...
So that's the intensity of the effect, but I take one away. Lose one success for every
target, so if you were trying to go for multiple people.
It's a lot.
But those are all fails. There's no, you didn't roll any successes.
Okay,
So
so
it doesn't matter.
I would only be able to do this effect if I got
Yeah,
over
so
a
this is
4.
how much
Okay.
of the effect, and if you rolled like a 4, you'd be able to do this much worth, if that makes
Got
sense.
it. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it's...
But then every other success I add on to the intensity, right?
yes, and each success lets you add or subtract 1.
Okay.
So as long as you weren't against multiple people...
So theoretically, I get a 4 here, and I get a 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, you could absolutely fucking wreck a person.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
These were all
To be clear,
twos.
we're all two.
Yeah, so what do you try to do?
So whenever I'm using my power, my hair starts glowing, and I imagine that I'm trying, and it keeps
fizzling out, and you can see this, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Bantai backs up against the door and is not sure what's happening.
I feel like maybe I'm, like, so angry that I, like, I'm so unpracticed at this power that, because I try so hard not to use it, that I just can't.
John's gonna turn to say, well, my sister been out of practice with the royal presence.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try again.
And so he gets to move before you go.
Yeah.
He says, enough of this. And you can see him dig down deep, and there is a thunderclap outside. And as we all know, thunder is the sound of a lightning bolt.
Oh no.
Mira outside, and Max, you see a crack open in the sky, and out of it comes some familiar mechanical creatures.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys.
Shit.
Hey, I thought it was gonna be a dragon. Like this. All things considered, that could be a lot worse.
Wait, so
Centipedes!
you went outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mira, what is Mira doing outside?
I'm gonna see the things coming out of the sky.
Oh, God.
And going to try to do a fire blast at I guess however many of these. I don't know how big these things are. Can I hit multiples of them at a time? Or
They're...
it says ranged attack, single target. Never mind.
Yeah, I would say no. They're pretty big and terrifying and scuttly.
Okay. Well, calling on my new god.
Yes!
In the name of Mary Beth!
In the name of Mary Beth,
Our Lord and
I
Savior.
smite thee.
Wow.
That is 3 successes.
Oh man, you roll so well.
Yeah, at least one of us is.
So I don't know what the DC was, but I think I beat it. And also one of them is a 6. So I can inflict there are 2 special effects. Does that mean I pick one, or do they both take effect?
I believe it's just the one. But let me double check.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think I used them both because the second one says also.
Oh shit.
Yeah, alright. You can I'll go with that.
My God.
I have so many things. I can teleport.
I think it's that you don't get in debt with a god that will murder you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have to have Fergal. I think this is a system. Is all I'm saying.
You also had an AI that could do literally anything.
Valid. I did give that up.
You phased the
by
AI
choice.
into a man's lungs.
Yeah, but I could do that with anything.
Alright, Mira.
Alright, so the first special, ignite foe, inflicting 1 hit/round till extinguished. So it is on fire until it is either dead or extinguished. And this attack also affects an extra close target. So, I think I actually hit 2.
You actually hit 2.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Do you want to hit 2 cops, or do you want to hit a cop and one of the centipedes?
Or
The 2 things I'm hitting have to be close to each other. I don't think I don't anticipate that the bugs are like right up next to the cops right now. Are they?
You can hit 2 bugs.
Are the cops running from the bugs?
That's what I want.
Oh, that's an even better
That's
question.
what I want.
Are the
Yeah,
bugs
can I
also gonna
stop
attack
blinking?
the cops?
Are the bugs running from
Are
the
the
cops?
bugs on our side? Oh. This is my technology.
this is absolutely your technology. Okay, so Max, you absolutely recognize this as your technology.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have an advantage if you tried to hack any of it.
Which is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So as you call on your god, Mary Beth, and you feel a howl of answering power, Max, you feel your vision start to tunnel, and you briefly snap into the main square of the fire temple, and you see the dragon attacking the square, setting fire to things. You see everyone else kind of huddled in a corner, trying to defend themselves against it, and almost immediately you snap back out of it. And as these 2 things happen, you feel a deep rumble in the earth, the sense that a world has been under too much strain and has started to break. And you are high enough up kind of in the hills of this town that you can see down in the town square a large number glows in strange runic font across the entire town. And then the earth itself begins to heave.
Fucking knew it.
What the shit is happening?
I
As
knew it.
entire earth begins to heave
No.
as parts of the very earth itself start clicking together.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
The fuck?
This is absolutely ridiculous.
This is
In like the best way,
True
but I just need
sicko
you to,
mode.
like
Wow.
truly beyond.
It's so stupid, but it's so wonderful.
wow.
Right. There is so much magnet math that has to go into this. You do not even understand.
No way, dude.
Okay. And it's also on a rotating thing. So
Yeah,
you
sure.
see
Yep.
what's happening. Yeah. You feel the earth tilt.
All of us, I imagine, right?
All of us.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
You all
We
feel
do the Star Trek.
And as you're fighting these, as the earth starts to move, so does the sense of proportion and space. Whereas before you understood how far it was to something, now it feels like all of those rules are kind of completely thrown out of the window, and everything is sort of as far as you think it is. Which is to say, it's no longer 25 minutes to go across, like 20 minutes, or it's no longer 5 minutes to go across one of these. Things are basically more or less to scale of the people. That's what we're going with here. But it feels real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dimension bending going on
And
right
we
here.
feel the tilt. Like, we feel this, like, angle? Or does it feel
it's
flat
the
to
sensation
us?
of when you're in an airplane and you feel movement, but you don't necessarily feel like you're going 600 miles an hour.
Oh.
Okay.
So there is a sense of the earth is moving underneath you, but you don't necessarily feel. You can tell you're upside down in relation to the rest of the earth, but you don't feel upside down to you.
Okay.
Sort of like labyrinth, right? Wherever you walk is up.
Okay.
So Alara and Bantai and John are in the cabin area, and the rest of you are outside watching just impossibly a piece of the earth lift up. And suddenly any like powers or senses that you have found lacking here have come back. And as you guys watch, you see a dragon figure fly out, who's appropriately cursed looking. Absolutely
In
cursed.
love with him.
He looks like a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like he's just going.
Batman! We have Nightwing, and now we have Batman.
So these are our. So through the window, we can see this structure and our paragons, or our bodies.
You guys are here. So
We
you-
can't.
we
we
can't
can't
see
see
it.
it.
Oh, I thought we
you
were
were
over
just
there.
like, wow, the earth has gone upside down.
Oh,
Shit is weird.
Makes sense.
They can see whatever this is.
Okay.
Wow.
You're just like, fireball, what the?
Yeah, Max and Mira, I think you can see, like, each triangle and possibly has scenes and rooms that you recognize from your life, from your past. All just it's a non-Euclidean geometry that makes sense only when you look at it and not when you think about it. But you have this realization that you have, like, the die is coming to you. That, like, you have read a little bit about this world, so you understand that there are this idea that there are worlds within this world, and there is still something hungry that lurks that runs, that oversees, that is coming for David and might just be coming for the rest of you two. You cast a smoke ball, which...
Fireball.
You cast a fireball. You set alight 2 bugs. Which bugs would you like to set alight?
I guess just these guys because they're closest to each other, so that makes sense.
Oh my god, you have
I
tiny
remember
fires.
the Gavel Goat fire.
Oh my god, tiny fire.
Shut up.
Linnie, what the hell?
I love these little guys. They're perfectly sized for a glue dot, too.
Tiny.
Okay, yeah, so you set these 2 bugs afire. The police are no longer paying attention to the centipede. They're paying attention to the world ending.
Yep. This is not what they signed up for. Their benefits are not
I feel like
enough
we're
for
not
this.
gonna have to worry about the
Yeah.
cops for the rest of this fight.
I'm also not worried about the cops or the centipedes now.
You know,
Even
fair.
the centipedes aren't worried.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa.
I think John is going to start to stagger to his feet, and he's going to start trying to go out the door to figure out whatever is happening. Bantai, what on the anticipation of shit going wrong level is Bantai feeling?
We're still at level 1, which is a
Okay.
strong feeling, strong interest in what's happening, like a very morbid curiosity of like, why, how, who is this? And Bantai just is just standing there with a pen.
You're standing by the door.
I'm
right?
standing by the front door, so just holding the pen out like,
Bantai, do not let him out.
Did you uncap it?
yeah.
As you uncap it, it uncaps in a whirl of green light, and your flail comes to life.
And my arm just like drops a little bit. You're back!
We are back, we are free!
I think that, Bantai is so excited to use her weapon again and is brimming with anticipation.
Murder! There's something watching. There's something. We should tell you there's something watching.
Something watching?
Something very big and scary. We should try to kill it, but I don't know that we can. We can try.
Okay. And with that, Bantai's spine cracks once again and gets taller and hunches over. Her shoulders unhinge, her elbows crack open, and she just gets really loose and just does a very unsettling body roll. I don't know if you've ever had a toy that kind of just cracks like that, or like a sound toy or something like that, but that's what it sounds like.
Horrifying. I'm sure the appropriate sound effect will be inserted, and we will all suffer.
Oh.
And you hear her green-yellow flail chains clinking.
From outside, you hear the sound of, I guess not familiar to either one of you, the sound of the sound of Max's voice, but in a high, a panicked register that you don't think Max has ever quite achieved. And you see the Dragon David has dropped Max. Has dropped Max onto the Earth map.
Oh.
Wait, that Max?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
As in Ezra in Max's body.
Ezra and Max's body. Got
Max's
it.
body
Fucking
is...
finally, I gotta get this guy in a room.
We gotta talk.
Wow.
And you can see David is basically attempting to swoop and carry off the people in your bodies. And attempting to... It doesn't look like he's trying to actually kill them so much as just scatter them to the winds. And what you realize is, in order to vote, you have to be and die. You have to be alive, and you have to be your dice. You have to have a dice.
Oh, okay.
I go over and I grab Max, Ezra Max, by the front of their shirt. And I look them in the eyes and I say, "You fucked up my life enough for your stupid, petty little games. You want to play with brutality?"
No.
That's what I fucking thought.
Okay. Yeah?
So you're gonna take this body of mine back to where you need to be. And you're going to get your little group together, and you're all going to wish yourselves back to normal. Okay?
Okay, but you also fucked up my life.
I didn't.
You're very scary, so don't kill me. I mean, what happened?
What do you mean I fucked up your life? You chose to play a game that had the consequences of sending me here.
And
I've done nothing but try to get back.
Why are you getting shot at by the cops?
Why did you decide to play around with other people's fate? And I try to zap a bit of my power into him to teleport him, or to get him to teleport back into Die.
Oh, you're trying to, like...
Trying to blink him back.
Yeah.
Frog.
All right, and I guess you're kind of the same person?
Yeah, that's what
All right, so, like,
and the
all right.
magic is wonky.
I will allow it. I will have a roll for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that is difficulty of 1 on your tech skills.
My tech skills?
Yeah.
Do I add my class die to this, or do you want me to just do the...
No,
Okay.
I don't think so, because you wouldn't add your class die unless you're supercharging, right? Like, what is the...
Yeah, I
exact-
just have to use... To get the Blink Teleporter to work, it says I just have to use Fair Gold.
Oh, yes, do you still have enough... You've been teleporting. Do you have
I
any
have.
actual
I mean, that's
energy?
up to you. I can roll for that, instead to see what the...
I think... Give me a roll on your dice, and if you... on the D8.
Yeah.
And to see if Ezra actually has any fair gold.
Okay.
Because you definitely don't have any.
Yeah,
I think you've exhausted whatever you have.
All good. It's a 1.
1. Yeah, so you hold on to Ezra.
Shake it out of him.
Just jangle.
If it helps, I think
Yeah.
Max, I mean, I don't know how much Ezra would have used, but, like, when we started the game, Max would have had Fair Gold on them.
I think it's not 24 hours. Sundown has happened, so the fair gold has disappeared.
Okay, gotcha.
So it would just be like whatever he's managed to pick up. Okay, yes. So you, I feel like you just like punch him, and you punch through him, and he just sort of like blinks.
Like a pebble.
Like a skipping stone, yeah.
Yeah. You skip him. You just like skip him over this, and he lands here, and it's sort of. It seems like they are just like devolved into a bit of an argument. Mm-hmm. They like haven't quite gotten there. Okay, let's just agree to end this game together yet. You can see that Mary Beth in particular is arguing with Max, and Issa is sort of just like waiting to see what happens, and Alara is the only one actually watching what's happening with Bad Wizard David. Yeah, and it looks like you have scared Max, but Max has scared Ezra, but like Max's life is not that bad still in as far as Ezra's concerned. So I don't think you fully convinced him to switch back, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I think he's sort of like, depending on how dire things get.
God, they're all a bunch of idiots. Is frankly what I'm learning.
Yeah. Yes, I think they definitely are.
Yeah.
They're just dumb.
They're just dumb.
I think you seeing this also realize that it doesn't have to be Max. Sorry, it just has to be Max who makes this call.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Ezra.
I just thought of some. Yeah,
It doesn't have to be Ezra.
Like, do we mean in the body of Max, or do we mean in general?
If you show up
Yes.
in Ezra's body,
Yes.
and you get the dice, and you're standing in Die,
B and die, have the dice,
Yeah.
make the vote.
Okay.
and be alive. That's
Great.
Those are the criteria.
Okay, so I don't know if this will do anything, but
Oh, wow.
back at the apartments before we left,
Yes.
I set the phone on the table, and when everybody went out of the room, I said, "Hey Jasper, you there?" And there was some staticky glitching. And then there was a kind of think, I don't know anymore. And then I said, "I got a question to ask you. And I need you to be honest with me. Okay?
Yeah, of course, always.
Do you want to be dead? Would you have preferred, when you had died, just to be dead? The voice that comes back says,
Oh, Max. I am dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know you're not you. But I still feel like I gotta say sorry. I'm sorry. And then I figured out how to turn the phone off. And I take the paper with Max's backstory on it, and I get a new sheet of paper, and I rewrite it. And this time, when I'm there with Jasper, and he's leaving Hazem for good, and I have that gem in my hand over him, and I'm considering this massive leap in technological advancement and kind of the explosion of this, the travesty of grief, if I could figure out how to keep a soul alive for longer than it's meant to be. And I think instead of what originally happened when Jasper was too gone already to say anything, this time he takes the crystal from me. And he smiles up at Max like he smiled up at Max hundreds of times. And he says, "You were always good enough without me, Max. I didn't make you smart. I didn't make you savvy. We were just a really good team. And I wish you didn't have to do it without me. But you can. And you should." And the crystal just kind of falls to the ground. And in this new story that Max has decided for themselves, they let Jasper go. And then they rip up the old backstory as sort of a marker of the moment for themselves, but with like a little bit of a hope that maybe back home it did change something. If Ezra had written this into existence, maybe Max could actually write it out of existence. And they come back to this moment apart from where the earth is destroying itself, and they see these squabbling people who didn't know what they were doing and played with things that were too powerful for them to have had any hand in. And that still in this moment where they're surrounded by flames and a dragon, and people have told them multiple times that if they don't get out of here, they will die, Max realizes that they don't care about their own lives, let alone the lives of the people that they created. And all Max wants to do is go home. So I don't know exactly the physics of what this looks like.
Yeah.
But Max has expended any of the fair gold that they have. And I think they're going to kind of like set themselves, and then they're going to start running, and they're going to try to jump off the end of where this ends.
Holy shit.
And land into die.
A leap of faith.
Wow.
All right. Max takes a running start and jumps over the abyss. What else is everyone else doing?
Yeah,
I think you're... Also, wow. Also,
That was
just
wow.
Wow.
That was wow. If I could give advantage, I would give you advantage.
Yeah, I'd like a second chance, please.
I think what's happening is that John turns around to leave and sees a transforming man
Yeah, you're blocking the door.
who is taller and slobbering and so excited to fight.
Oh. I thought I looked rough, but you...
Where do you think you're going?
I want to try again.
Yep.
Okay. My hair is like sputtering. Like,
What are you saying to him? As
well,
you're
so I'm trying to summon it. Like,
Gotcha,
I need
gotcha,
my hair to
gotcha,
glow
gotcha.
first before I can.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think from the outside of the cabin, you can see that there is a gross, sickly green light, and then there's another. It just starts glowing from the inside.
So many different sources of glowing happening in that
Yeah,
cabin.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody can worry about it though. All right.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so 1, not great, but I did get 2 successes.
So you keep one of the successes, and then
6.
keep a
Yeah.
6, and then the 5 you can add to the 1 if you want to make it an intensity of 2. So I would have to roll a wisdom of the difficulty of 1 to resist anything that you're trying to tell me to do. I feel it intensely, whatever you're about to do.
Okay. So are you trying to block it now?
Well, it depends on what you want me to do.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you reach for the power. You feel your hair light up like a light bright.
Mm-hmm. And y'all can see it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Bantai says, "I don't think she's done talking to you."
I'm sorry, it's so rude to interrupt.
She's right. We're not finished having this conversation, dear brother. Now here's how this is going to go. First, you're going to fear me. First, you're going to fear me so much that it's like I'm the god and you are the ant, and you can do nothing to stop me.
See the light of your hair start reflecting in his eyes. It's already blown wide.
Yeah.
And it's like the light is so overpowering he can barely stand to look at you.
Meanwhile, I'm like trembling. I'm like, I am the god and you're the ant.
It's very genuine, though.
Say that he turns to start running toward Bantai.
Bantai is also glowing and is kind of like a hyena, just like, you sure you want to come over here? And you hear like she picks up one of the roses on her flail and just like drops it, and it clinks like a pendulum.
Newton's cradle?
Like, yeah, they start hitting each other, and she's just smiling and hitting it, and they start to spin on their own.
This is terrifying, but not magically terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think John is gonna try to come at you. He's gonna like sort of weakly summon some electricity to toss at you, and yeah, it's gonna hit you with an attack of 1.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very weak lightning. It's more just an afterthought, just try to push you out of the way.
I stand strong. I'm in front of that door.
Yeah.
Was he able to resist the command or no?
Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did forget to roll for him, and this is what he rolled.
Oh my god!
Shut up! What?
All right, so he was able to resist.
So you've successfully cast the compulsion, but so you cast it. The light shines into his eyes. He's obviously still dazzled. He looks at you, goes, "I think you're gonna have to try a little harder."
I'm gonna try again.
So you're gonna drop the compulsion and roll again to try to get
Yeah.
a stronger compulsion.
Yeah, I think hair is flicker. I'm like struggling to hold on to it. I haven't really successfully done this since I compelled my nanny to death. So I'm very scared.
Okay, so before you roll, he's gonna, I think, attempt to strike you with lightning and just completely forget about Bantai's existence. So instead, he's going to strike you. So one guard worth of damage.
Okay.
So whatever your...
So I have 2 now.
Bantai. As you see this happen, you have a moment to act if you so choose.
I'm just gonna sweep his feet from behind. Just like a little helicopter of metal is heading toward his feet. Because I don't wanna take him out. This is your fight. I'm just helping. And I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
Like I've been looking forward to like just dominating somebody.
Perfect.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
Yes. Oh, I finally get to pick up 3.
The little guys.
Ooh, a 5. A 5.
Okay, A5. Yeah, so you...
Sweep the leg.
Sweep
the leg.
Yep. It's fun because we all have defense 0, so just everything hits. Okay, yes, you sweep the leg as he's kind of just shooting this lightning at you, getting ready to ready a second. His feet come out from underneath him, and he just falls to his knees. So do whatever you're doing next with advantage.
Okay.
So add an extra D4.
Oh, an extra D4? Okay.
Based on what you normally roll.
Okay. And I'm like still nervous, but I'm really trying. Come on.
We got this.
Okay. So, 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah, so that's a success. You can add one of those successes to your dice to increase the intensity.
Okay, so now it's a...
Intensity 3.
So it's 3, which is they feel it as intensely as most people will ever feel it.
He starts to vibrate apart at the seams a little bit, like the mental effort of keeping a hold of electricity that's powering his system is too much. And so he's starting to overheat, and you can see the bits of him that are flesh are starting to melt a little bit. Sort of like liquefy the fat kind of coming out.
Maybe that was the wrong angle. Instead of fearing me, I want you to fear what you've done.
Hell yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
Fuck yes. Okay. It's like a computer that is overprocessing. So the intensity of the emotion that you have pushed at him is already causing him to start to overheat a little bit. And the enormity of just everything that has happened is, you literally see his brain start smoking. So he is not going to be doing anything for a moment until he finishes deciding what he's going to do after that. Is there anything you particularly want to compel him to do?
Yes, yeah. Big brother, look at what you've done. Look at what you've done to this world. You fear it. It's horrifying, and you want to stop it. And you want to give us the tools to do that. How do we do that? How do we undo what you've done?
He sort of finishes falling to the ground at your feet and says, didn't do anything. Just...
How do we set it back? This is what you want now.
Is this what feeling sorry feels like? Still, this is awful. Can you make it go away?
Only if you help us.
All I know is that the people in Die, they just had to agree. Just had to agree to go home.
But once we're home, we're going to an all-out war. I am exiled from my family. Their village burned down. You have been pushing this war for reasons that I don't know.
and I need you to tell me how to stop it.
It's just, you just have to agree that, you have to get them to agree to stop. It's not that hard. Just...
Yes, that will send us back to our world, but how do we fix what's in our world?
You have, no, I'm talking about our world. You just have to get them to agree to stop.
Get who to agree?
Just have to get them. The Dragon Empire, they've been asking to stop the war for years.
What?
We've just been burning their letters. Just been sending the letters back.
All we have to do is have a fucking conversation?
Do you think his family wouldn't stay in power a second? Do you think anyone's gonna follow Queen Beatrice if there's not a greater threat out there? Do you think there's anything uniting? If you want it to stop, fine. Make it stop. Just, you have to live with the consequences. Voice of the people.
Our people living in peace and not getting traumatized and burns on their arms and their whole families blown to pieces is worth us not being in power, I think.
It's your world. I wasn't planning on going back.
Now you fear yourself.
I think he says, I think I could fear you, sister. I've learned to live with myself for a while. I think I've learned to live with what I am long before you.
I want to roll again.
Okay, you're gonna roll so if you fail this roll, you will no longer have him compelled.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I just wanna...
Bantai is seething behind him.
Yeah, I just wanna see if we can, make this death a little more interesting.
Great, so yes, this is happening. Mira, what is Mira up to? Having called upon the god of Meredith, who indeed has appeared!
Yes! I think she witnessed Max. Did Max successfully leap into time?
Max is not... Like, you were seeing Max's conversation with Ezra as this happening. We're circling back to wherever you are.
Alright, so yes, that's still happening. What are the cops doing? I guess I'm closest to them.
They're being eaten by centipedes.
They're being eaten by centipedes? Alright, cool.
They're indiscriminately going for anyone living in the area, which includes you. So you are now...
Yeah, sure. Alright, I'm fighting centipedes. That's what Mira's doing. Fireball! Those are all successes, but none of them sixes. So,
just the one fireball?
Yeah, just the one fireball.
Okay, so the centipedes are now on fire and eating the cops.
Nom nom nom.
I think, so the one that was going to scuttle up toward you is now eating this cop that was on the ground.
Yep, I'm gonna do that fireball, and then,
as you're contemplating, you see Max start to make, his leap.
Mm-hmm. If I see Max start running, I think I'm gonna start running after Max.
Okay, great.
Whoa.
I saw a nat 20.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not a relevant nat 20.
Okay.
Can I borrow someone else's d20?
Yeah.
Just briefly, thank you.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because these are the accurate d20 pieces.
No, they're all coordinated. Oh my god. It's even...
Hell.
Wow. More complicated than I realized.
Was it slightly overcomplicated? I don't think so, but I haven't thought about it hard enough to convince myself it wasn't worth the effort. Okay.
This is bad.
Yes, it is bad. Okay.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
David is flying. I think... I think David is grabbing Alara in
Oh, not me.
Not you. I think grabbing Daniela. And I think
Fuck.
Daniela
We were so close.
check. I think good.
There you go.
Drops there.
They're like cats. They always land on their feet.
They do. Oh look, he's observing now.
He is the knight.
He is the knight.
Oh my god.
I can't believe this.
Give me a dexterity check.
He is vengeance.
Who are you talking to?
You have done it. What is
6, 5, and 4.
an excellent,
Wow.
excellent roll.
Much success.
Yes, on that success, you jump as the die rolls exactly wherever you'd like to be.
I want to be right next to Ezra because I want to punch him in the face.
Oh, but Alara.
Yeah, but I was jumping into
yeah,
die.
you were
Oh,
jumping
okay,
as Alara
yeah.
dropped. Like, as you come in,
Yeah,
Alara's
pisses me
Daniela,
off.
Alara's body
sailing by.
and Daniela goes out. Great. Do you want to try to turn it in? I think on the strength of that success, as you come in to die, you come in punch loaded, and you just like whack yourself across the jaw.
Yeah, and then I land.
He goes down, just like, oh hell. I'm so sorry. Look, we just wanted to talk it over first.
I truly want to know what you think there is to talk about.
Well, getting arrested is scary, and we can.
You'd rather die?
Well, if we all stayed here, then we wouldn't get arrested, and we could fight dragons.
Or be eaten by one?
But maybe not. We definitely are gonna get arrested.
No, those cops are dead.
There's more cops. Our names are in the system now.
I didn't. I definitely told them that your name was Max.
Okay, that's. Getting eaten by dragons is still probably scarier.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It doesn't fucking matter if you want to go back or not.
Oh, okay, good. So.
Because I want to be here. So deal's done.
Okay?
Mhm.
Not really sure how that's
You don't need to understand it.
relevant.
You just have to know it's going to happen.
Okay, because I'm sitting here, I'm holding my dice with my vote, so I
You
don't
are.
really appreciate you coming in here and telling me how I live my life.
Oh, interesting. You don't like that, do you?
No.
Yeah, great.
Just
Neither
give
did
us-
I. And that's what you all have done to us.
We didn't
Forever.
ask for it. It just sort of happened. It's not our fault.
For someone who looks to be of the age of an adult, you act like a child.
What does that mean?
You have disregard for everybody else around you.
Everyone else is interested in themselves, so I don't really think it's a problem.
Humanity, the core of humanity is structured around community. We help one another.
Yeah, I'm helping other people by helping myself. Taking care of myself. So
Nothing
other people
that
don't
you have
to.
done, no choice you have made in the last 24 hours has been to help anyone else. It has been so you could go on a fruitless, what you deem to be fun adventure, while my family and the families of my friends have died and lost their lives in an endless war that you and your friends thought was play fun.
We didn't think it was real, so sue us.
Well, you've known it was real for the last 24 hours, and you've still decided that it didn't fucking matter to you, and that you were gonna stay and have your fun little adventure time in somebody else's home and in somebody else's shoes.
I mean, how do you know you're gonna keep being real after this is over? Like, you're a story. Stories end. That's what happens to stories.
Great, and you'll end one day as well, right? But does that mean you're gonna stop living right now?
What? No, but it doesn't mean, like...
Great, so you'll go home. You probably won't be arrested. You'll go back to your sad apartment on your tiny little bed. And you'll probably try this again one day because you don't really care what happens to other people.
If you're gonna stop existing tomorrow, why do you care about what I do today?
Because I don't care what you do today. I care about what I'm doing today. What I'm doing today is going home.
I don't want to.
That's so sorry for you. Guess what I didn't want? To be shunted into your world, taken out of my own life, to lose the love of my life, to ostracize my best friend in the process, to have friends who've lost their families and their entire lives and who are now just trying to exist. I wanted none of that, but that's what life gave me. And guess who unfortunately gave me life? You. So you gave me a lot of things I didn't want because it was fun to play with brutality and to play with grief. And you know what? I hope that you never have to understand what grief feels like. But it is a part of life, and sometimes it's actually good. But I don't wish it on you because it's also hard.
I think you see in his eyes someone who's decided to stop listening.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not that you're not absolutely to the earth correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Ezra has taken a look at like the situation he's going to come back to and decided that he'd rather dig his heels in than admit that you're going to be right. That he has done this terrible, terrible thing to you that he's responsible for. It is easier for him to just stick his fingers in his ears and insist that he's going to stay.
Your friends are finding out, your friends, the people you hang out with all the time, are now finding out that you don't care enough about them to ask their opinion on whether they want to go home or not. So, glad you know that now. Also, guess what's so fun? I know my body better than you do. And I want to try to kick in a spot that I know, like my knee is weak, and grab the die out of his hands.
Give me a dexterity, give me a... I'm gonna say give me a dexterity roll, but just a flat one for this.
Okay.
To do that.
Exploit my own weaknesses.
2 5s. So 2 successes.
You kick him, and the dice flies out of his hand directly into yours.
It's my choice now. But maybe you should look at your friends and figure that shit out.
Ezra turns around, and Issa and Mary Beth are closing in on him, and Mary Beth looks pissed.
I love that for her.
Yes, love that for her.
Like, whatever remnants were undecided, hearing the remainder of your speech has brought back every single hard-hitting thing that Mira has said, and it's like you have to make a choice as a person in that moment to be a person or to betray some intrinsic part of being human in rejecting the plea to exist that has been raised by you two. Mary Beth and Issa close on him and sort of like lockstep him a little bit, and they hold up their dice and say, and Issa says, we're ready to go home. Just have to get Daniela. And she'll say yes. She wants to leave so bad you don't even understand. Ezra is unhappy, but with his other two friends around him, is a coward at heart. He's a coward, and you have backed him into a corner, and it is now easier for him to... You backed him into a corner where doing nothing is a choice, and he is so okay with that.
Yeah, I didn't even want to be able to talk him into it. I didn't want him to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I was so fucking mad at him.
Like, I was like, it feels like you want to fight him, so I don't want to be convinced, because I don't think he's a convinced person.
No, he's a dick.
Yeah.
I think he is a dick. I think these are a la die, deeply flawed people.
Yeah, his side of the
No,
fence
he's just a
sucks.
dick.
Yeah, I wrote Ezra as like, based on some of the stuff you said, it's like a character like nothing bad has ever really happened to him. Like the breakup with Danielle is the worst thing. Like he's moved to a town he kind of doesn't like with a relationship that didn't work out.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm gonna sit here in my sadness, and that's the only choice I have available.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow.
Okay, so Ezra sitting in his sadness, and another grind. Oh my god, there is math. And where's my 20?
Call me your best friend.
Did you sneeze also?
I acquiesce to it.
Your charm reaches other dimensions. Oh,
Satisfying.
very satisfying.
Love the click.
Look at that.
That is incredible.
It's so handsome.
It looks so good put together fully.
It does.
Okay, more of the city, or more of the world is clicking together. And as you guys are watching this, give me anyone who's watching, give me a wisdom roll.
I'm not watching. I'm inside.
Yeah, you're inside.
we got other things
You're
going
inside.
on.
Yeah, I guess I would have been in that conversation or
Conversation of
with Ezra. Or
yeah, well, I think you see
Okay.
you see the worlds start clicking together. 5. Okay. You remember a little bit about your conversation about like the master and the fact that they can cheat, and the fact that if they cheat too much, something will come for them. This feels like the something. This feels like if you've ever seen like a gall wasp, they are a parasitic insect that will inject their young into the bark of an oak tree.
Whoa.
And because the oak tree is too big and too mighty to actually fight that parasite, what it will do instead is create a gall, an enclosure that walls off this parasite, and that the parasite can live and grow within it, but it can't hurt the tree anymore. And that kind of feels like what this is. This world taking all of the problem things and kind of eating them, just going whole. And you get the sense that if this is completed without whatever this is being resolved, whatever is inside this will cease to exist. It will be the no one votes option, which would be bad. If you guys like existence, which I think most of you do. So you feel that urgency. Everyone else is off doing something else. And you were like, wow,
Yeah,
God.
I am focused on a lot. Daniela's Inalara has just been dropped onto Earth by Batman.
Yes.
He's
He's a scary dragon.
Sorry.
But he is also the knight.
So many men.
But it takes some of
take the cops
the
away.
cops
The
have
cops have
definitely
been
been
eaten.
eaten. Yeah, they're not.
I love how the cops just are such a non-issue.
Yeah. Once the bugs showed
Once
up.
the bugs, yeah.
So I'm gonna run up to Daniela. I'm gonna help her to her feet, presumably.
Oh, hey, yes. Hi.
You still have your dice?
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, you can't be here then.
Oh, okay. I'd rather not. I mean,
You need to be in die to vote. And
right.
I'm gonna look back over. How close are we to all of that?
Distance is an illusion.
Sure.
Space is but a memory.
You know what? And in that case, I'm going to close her hand around her dice, put a hand on her shoulder, and say, "Think of Mary Beth," and then I want to Doctor Strange shoot her into die by like using my connection to how I would to kind of telescope myself to where Mary Beth is, but instead do it to her.
Wow.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's this?
That is...
Void?
If you jump in it, you have a 50% chance of ending up somewhere on Earth and a 50% chance of not existing.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
You don't know what it is. It both does not exist and is the only thing that is.
But it looks like void.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is both the raw potential for everything and the howling abyss of death. So.
Oh, sounds nice.
Great. Let's put some of that in my mouth.
Don't fail the roll.
So rolling magic, I assume.
Yeah, I think magic. Add your god die, of
Yep.
course.
Oh, man.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, no, I think you definitely make it.
Oh my
Okay,
god, that
sorry.
scared
That
me.
was- that was a
Don't
little-
kill my girl.
Yeah, you absolutely
Telescopic.
just
Fun.
kick Daniela and Alara's body into die. You guys hear a lot of screaming happening, but you are still technically in the cabin.
Yeah, we are in the cabin.
What's happening now?
Well, I would love to deliciously compel him to death, but I'm kind of thinking maybe we don't have time for all that. So
I mean, you just hear some screaming. The cops seem like they're taken care of whenever you rotate past them. You know, like whenever we rotate, we're just spinning, rolling.
we're rolling because it's a die. Am I? It's tough because I don't know how much of a sense of urgency to feel about because I don't know that
We don't know this is happening outside.
Yeah.
No.
Ignore it. Have experience catharsis, baby.
I think you have some
Okay.
time. Like, the screaming isn't getting worse, and the rumblings aren't getting worse. They're just consistent.
Okay.
So there's nothing that would audibly let you know something was wrong. Other than just something is still wrong.
Okay.
It seems like the same level.
The
of
same
wrong.
level of wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to. I'm going to try again. I'm going to attempt a higher level of compulsion, and if that doesn't work,
Wait, is there a
Yes.
teamwork test? Or there's a way to work together?
is there?
Isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can-
So there, in combat, you can do like team up moves.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Let's do that. How do we do that?
Bantai is going to step on his back to hold him down, and is looking straight at you and like, finish him.
Okay.
And you get to add another dice to
It's
your
just
pool.
advantage,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah.
like an
Oh,
advantage.
okay, so
die.
I get-
So you get to add another dice to your pool.
Okay. So I get 3. I get 3. All right. Hair is flickering again. We're trying our best here.
It's a light storm inside
Wait,
of the
is
cabin.
your charisma just 2?
Oh wait.
Your charisma should be. You should add another die, right?
Yeah, Christmas 3.
So,
I
yeah,
guess-
so you 4 d6s.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
The dice know.
I see 2 6s.
The
I
dice
see 3
know.
6s.
And a 2. Okay. But
Which means you can upgrade the 2 twice, right?
which means I
You can upgrade the 2 to a 4 for sure.
4 is more intense than love for a soulmate.
Damn.
Okay. Which is still pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
You can attack with your voice as well, right? So
Yeah.
What is the?
You can attack and make them feel so hard that it hurts, and in theory, you could lead their heart to explode from sheer terror.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do it, baby.
Yeah. So you should. Yes. So that means I take 4 disadvantage on. Yeah. So basically, you can just make me hurt. You can't kill me, but you can make me hurt over and over again till it kills me.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
I. Do you just want to make him feel so bad he dies?
I mean, I think at this point she's just so overcome with like anger and betrayal and now is finally feeling justified in using her powers and like kind of wants to take it to that extreme.
Mm-hmm. You have successively compelled him, and each time it has not been enough control.
Mm-hmm.
And you are now, for the first time, feeling what it is to have the actual true weight of your power pressing down upon someone.
Okay. And yeah, so it's like I had a grip. I told him, like, now you're going to fear yourself. It didn't work. So reset.
I mean, he's scared
Even
of what
tighter.
he's done, but he doesn't hate himself. He's still, at the core of him, thinks he's maybe justified.
Okay, but now that with this new tighter grip.
What do you want to say to him?
Yeah.
You control pretty much. You have almost absolute control.
I don't think you heard me correctly. You fear yourself. You are out of control. And you are a danger to yourself and everyone around you. And it's better if you're not here.
He looks at you, and he, in a surge of actually, it's not a surge of strength. It's more like the electricity in his body has come far apart enough that your foot sort of just goes straight through him and hits the floor. And he's able to sort of peel himself away from around your foot. And the way that someone so hopped up in adrenaline can't feel anything, jumps straight through the window. And you see the inky void of the abyss as he plummets into it, disappearing from view.
I can't believe I just did that. Okay, Bantai, we gotta get out of here.
Bantai stops for a moment to absorb what just happened and goes to hug you.
Bantai, I don't know if I did the right thing.
I think you did the right thing. And I'm sorry your brother sucked.
It's okay, I was a princess.
Bantai looks to camera. No, but seriously, she has her gangly arms like around you, and she says, "You can be my sister."
Let's go find our friends.
Yeah. You hear John scream. It may come out like a different timbre because it's technically in David's body, but it's that same scream. You've heard it once or twice, and it just dwindles into nothing. You don't notice anything happening to David, who is in John's body, because in order for anything to happen to David, John would have to die. And John is not dead. John is just either falling forever or has ceased to exist. Both are true.
What happened to Daniela?
Daniela has been
Yeeted.
right?
She's been yeeted back.
Yeah.
Yeeted.
As this is happening, right before that, Daniela has been basically yeeted right into the circle where you guys are standing. So you're right there.
Okay. I look around as Daniela's kind of steadying herself, and I go, "It's now or never, guys.
Okay.
You want to go home?
I want to go home.
You want to go home? You want to go home?"
You get to go home. You get to go home.
Ezra's like, Meredith says, okay, so we agree we're going to go home. We're voting on going home. Are there magic words? Do we say anything?
I think we just all agree that we want to get home. And we have our die.
Okay. There's no place like home?
I don't know that reference.
Sorry, it just feels like we should have some magic words, and those are the only ones I know
Okay.
about going home.
Sure. There is no place like home.
Aw.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
There's
No place like home. Ezra's just like sandwiched in between all of this, not holding hands with anyone. like holding hands around him, so he's in the circle, but can't get out of it. The dice in your hand flares with a brilliant blue light. All of you start to feel that same weird tunnel vision. But this time the blacks are darker, the saturation is higher, and as you feel that same transition of switching between bodies, and as it happens, you've woken up in your own body, but it feels permanent this time. You don't get that graininess around your vision, the tightness around your lungs is gone. This feels real in the way it hasn't before.
My hands. They're back to normal.
I look over. First of all, I would really like to just hug my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, I was hugging Alara, and so you're hugging the both of us.
Big group hug.
Well, you're doing this with your hands. I'm still
Oh my god.
And then I want to turn, take Bantai's head of hands. Go get the dragon.
Dave.
All yours, kiddo.
Fuck Ezra.
Wait, no, Ezra's still there. Ezra,
Why?
You guys just swapped bodies.
Yeah, and they were both.
Oh,
They're both
okay.
they're both
were
still
there.
in die.
Oh.
I get to kill him now. Great.
We get them back to the real world. Wait, we can just...
Only Ezra is here.
Only Ezra's here.
Everybody
Oh,
else.
that's right, that's right.
Yeah, so the dice collection is the parts are still clicking together. Actually, as that, I'm just gonna.
What happens if the dragon just gets crushed by the weight of the die before Banta can get to it?
I mean, somebody else might be even angrier with this person.
Yeah, how do we stop the whole world from becoming a...
The vote has happened.
Yeah.
This feels like the pieces being swept up at the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
You think that anything that's remaining in here will remain inside die. Anything that's outside will remain outside of die. You're just not sure what's going to happen to things that are not where they belong. It's a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Is our entire world in here?
Yes. It is the same sort of weird, non-Euclidean geometry where if you look at it, your brain breaks, but you also understand what you're seeing. For the first time, you feel aware that each part of your life, you've always known that the ceiling existed, and I just feel like someone has taken off the bits of the ceiling. So now instead of walking through a door, you could just climb over the wall. You're not sure if that's going to last, but that is what that feels like now. Another piece clicks into place as Bad Wizard David squawks and moves to another part of the map. And I also now can't see anything that's happening in here. Okay, yeah, so everyone switches back. Ezra's there like, I'm still here.
You have a choice. You get to climb up that wall and jump to safety before I kick you into the void. I choose the first option.
Do you need a lift? Like, what's the hold up, my guy?
Ezra starts terribly badly trying to climb up this wall.
What are those muscles for if you can't use them?
Oh. They're aesthetic.
They're aesthetic? God, what did Daniela see in him?
So, yeah, Bad Wizard David is desperately trying to swoop away. He just cannot get high enough to sort of get above it. And the centipedes are still centipeding. They're actually going after Daniela, who's still here.
No, that's Mary Beth.
They're sorry, Mary Beth, who's still here.
I did forget about the centipedes.
Your god is running now from centipedes.
I don't have magic anymore!
Shit!
This is really inconvenient! I don't want to die! Everyone else is like yelling as they roll past. Like, run faster!
Like, imagining this actually just constantly rotating is so funny to me. Like you can only shout to them when it rotates.
Yeah, and it's like the it's really loud and then it gets quiet and it's really loud. Yeah. Is that called the Doppler effect?
Yeah, it's the Doppler effect.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it looks like David honestly just can't decide between staying and die or floating back. But actually, the question is, what happened to David if everyone's bodies have switched back? Does he switch back into John? Can you roll your D10 for me to see, 1, if John still exists?
A 1.
1. John still exists. Okay.
What?
I have not rolled higher than a 1 on any D10 I rolled.
Has it been a 1 each time?
Yeah,
yes,
every time.
That is improbable.
I mean, 2 different D10s.
I was gonna say that, like, I don't know how well balanced these dice are.
Yeah.
They're fun. Oh, actually, everyone's back in their body now.
We have the dice.
Ooh, yay! I
you
get
reach
a
into
die.
pockets and you find D8.
Wee!
D8 and D12.
Oh, I like this
That's
one.
fun.
And you find the same glowing totem in your hands.
She's so big compared to
That's so true.
Oh my baby.
Yeah, so you see David up there just screams. Just sort of like, imagine if someone was falling through empty space and screaming and then suddenly was rebodied.
Because that's exactly what happened.
David is screaming. As this is happening, the pace of this starting to unfold is starting to quicken. The sense that it's like, it's not that David is not trying to fly here, it is that this is closing in too quickly for him to escape.
Question.
Yes.
Is John now in this body?
Yes, right, this is John. This is
Okay.
John now. Who just won't fucking
Best of both worlds
die.
here.
Honestly, best of both worlds.
David is just in a void somewhere.
Do I still have control over him?
Yeah, you haven't tried to compel anyone else, so in theory, you still have control.
Can I just say, oh my god, John, just try the void again.
Yeah, right?
Fuck.
He's got...
How horrible.
I was like, I meant best of both worlds as in, You go bring him back and clear your name.
Oh, I didn't think
he's
about-
definitely, he's, I mean,
he's definitely like a dragon zombie.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, what better thing to prove your point?
you will bring back a dragon zombie.
He's a
He will
dragon
be-
zombie.
He will be in
Valid-
die as a
valid
dragon
point.
zombie.
Yeah, we might not want him there. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You made the right choice.
Okay,
It's like cheesy
So-
seeing the time knife.
a time knife, control.
The time knife.
We've all seen the time knife.
He is going to roll half difficult, so this should be 2, and then I think you take away...
Oh my god.
This is so complicated, I just have
here's
to
the
say.
thing. So, okay, so he needed to pass a difficulty of 2, so he already fails that, but it's a disadvantage 4, so he doesn't have any dice to roll with. So no matter what, he still fails the roll, essentially.
Okay, so he cannot.
As far as I understand this math, he
Yeah.
looks at you, and just he looks at you and says, "You're gonna make your mother proud," and dives into the abyss.
Oh my god.
Messed up.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Your siblings are, your whole family is
Yeah.
wild. Banta, I think you have a chance to get a parting shot in if you want. Just you also do see all these centipedes that you might be able to do something about as these are closing up in terms of expelling violence if you want.
Yeah.
No rush.
I think though, so Bantai's at a level 2, and the fact that Mira like grabbed Bantai's head and sicked her on someone is a form of watchman and vigilance. And
Yeah.
I think it charges Bantai up another level. And instead of being giddy like a hyena earlier, in anticipation, that's kind of like what happens to Bantai when they're anticipating like a lot of things. But when they hit this like sort of religious level of vigilance, they get stoic
Ooh.
and hyper focused, like a hawk, like creepy, sharp movements, calculating the arc of David's flying, and just like, and doesn't say anything before parkouring onto the roofs.
Hell yeah.
The Adderall is kicked in.
The Celsius.
The Celsius.
Bantai had a Celsius, not sponsored.
All right. Yeah,
We
so
wouldn't say no.
yeah, you jump up as Alara is compelling John to the void. So you got like you can fuck him up even more. What is Bantai up to?
Well, Bantai is just gonna use the weapon she uses the most, which is the rosebud flail. It just starts spinning at a supersonic speed, and her arms are propellers. They're like just adding to that G-force of a plane. And she just knocks him under the chin. 3 rosebud flails, hitting him one after another.
Oh my god.
In a quick succession. And in this state, in this vigilant state, Bantai is uncontested. Like a tsunami.
Roll strength. Do you even have to roll for that? Is it
I
just-
think
it's an
this is
automatic?
my creative violence.
Yeah.
So we'll do my D8 first to beat
Yeah.
the 3, I hope.
Yay!
7.
Oh, I thought it was a 1! I thought it was a 1! Oh god, that scared me.
Yeah, so you, John is diving for the void. You consign to it.
Like a gavel. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
To the void.
Oh my god, just like a gavel.
Like a dark star from heaven. And he's just disappeared. As all of this is happening, Ezra, I think, makes his dexterity leap. And I feel like time is still fucky, so he
Yeah.
does still pass that, just barely. And I think he jumps right into the path of the centipedes. And I think he's swiped by them. So he is swiped, but I think continuing to run away. He's chasing the two of them. I think Mary Beth is far and away from this.
I'll run up along the edge as well.
Mm-hmm.
to take a swipe.
That was just like a hanging swipe.
You do a fireball.
Oh yeah, here.
At
Hell yeah.
the at those guys.
Oh, nice.
Start with my god die. Ooh. Fuck!
You had such good fortune earlier.
I know. I'm telling you, I've not rolled anything over a 6 on a D12 so far.
Cursed.
So, yeah, I think I just completely fucking whiff it.
I think Ezra's like, come on!
The world is literally spinning! World is spinning!
Okay, I'm gonna throw some more, things on there. I did not plan this, guys, I swear.
Oh,
Yes!
sick!
It's just the way it is. Like, actually. You jump onto the world just as another piece clicks into place. And as that floats up, the centipedes scuttle up and out of this world and back into die.
Wow.
And like they are now your guys' problem.
Yeah.
But they're 2 centipedes.
Yeah,
So I feel like
we can handle 2 centipedes.
And you see the numbers lighting up now across all of the town.
Wow. That's so sick. This is just so sick. I like picture of Banta just on the edge of the world.
Alright, I'll get in on this.
It's me. Yeah, so there would be 7, 1. Like this. Mm-hmm. This would be 3.
I think as this piece clips in,
Yeah.
Bantai salutes down to Isa and slides down a rooftop in a cloud of sadness. Not sadness, just deflated.
She needs to take another nap.
Just very deflated. She needs a nap.
So she's slides down, safe inside die. Clicks into place.
Oh my god. It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah, we're all like, hee.
This is... So,
Wow.
as John is consigned to the void, and everyone else returns miraculously, somehow alive to where they should be, you see the walls of your world closing in around you. When you go to check your AI device, what normally would have had Jasper's personality connecting to it is instead an artificial, friendly, but inanimate AI. Let's see. What happens to the rest of your guys' stories is not to be known by the people who started telling them. You will probably never find out what happened to Mary Beth, to Issa, to Ezra, or to Daniela. But what stories will you guys go on to tell for yourselves? I think that you go back and you discover that, again, your Jasper is no longer. Do you think those echoes, those ripples would have rippled? Do you think that decision would have rippled through the rest of Die? Or is it one of those that you show up and it's always been that way, but yet changed that day?
I think that AI existed before Max put Jasper's soul into a gem.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a move made out of desperation and a move towards some sort of technological advancement that may have happened. Any work that they had done in that direction, they burn.
Mm-hmm.
It is not worth it, because it is not helpful to anyone to hang on to that. So that is gone, and they will, from henceforth on, work to create advancements with the current technology that does exist, because limitations are good and necessary.
Mira, you wake up back in your body, back on Die, with the crushing realization that you've acquired quite a lot of god debt, and a favor that you can feel burning between the back of your ears.
All that said, I think Mira shows up to the temple in the morning, says her prayers, goes about her day, smiling at all the right people and saying all the right things. But now, different than yesterday, filled with a renewed sense of purpose and the unique feeling of certainty when you know that someone out there greater than yourself has planned for you to succeed. And she still has a god to kill.
I think you can feel the sense of the god saying, "Bring it." What about Valentine?
After a long nap,
The longest.
the longest nap, and polishing her very precious flail, I think in this very large, sweeping adventure, she's found a deeper sense of purpose, which is to protect her newest sister. And she gets a real job.
I'm gonna weep. And how does Alara return to the city with the knowledge of what exactly has been happening under her family's auspices in the past decades?
Yes, so upon reflection, she is thinking it's probably not best for the stability of the nation to just completely create a power vacuum by removing her family. But that said, she also realizes they need to take Hazem in a different direction. So before completely relinquishing her gift of dictatorship, she uses it one last time to compel Ambrose and the Queen via fear of their actions to end the war, and institute a reign of peace. She will not be returning to the palace. She will remain in exile. But she has realized that her new purpose is to just live a nice, simple life with her newfound family. And she may have convinced the family to give her and her newfound family a small stipend to live on. She oversees what's going on with the family, make sure they're not deviating from the path, but she's not returning to public life.
Incredible. Yeah, I think you guys wonder for a very long time if you're ever going to be dragged back. And so far, nothing has happened. But maybe that's a story for a different day. Thanks for coming, guys. This was a beautiful story, and thank you for watching. And just remember, be careful about the stories you tell, because someday they're going to say something about you.
Oh boy.
Hey.